Have you ever wondered how some YouTubers manage to get insanely high click-through rates on their YouTube videos? Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you a simple but extremely powerful formula that will make your videos impossible to ignore. My name is Rakeem Madison. Let's get into the content. All right, so the first thing we're gonna look at are the results. And the reason why is because I don't believe in just telling people something works. I actually wanna show you the data behind it so you can actually know that what I'm about to teach you can actually work for you, all right? So let's get into it. All right, so right here, this particular video that we're going to be looking at is called How to Remove Inactive Friends on Facebook. All right, so just keep that in mind as I'm actually explaining what I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so right here we can see this video has 5,079 views. Now I put this out in October of 2022, as you can see here, and then you can see as far as like the traffic sources, majority of it is coming from YouTube search and external. So basically ranked videos on YouTube and then also ranked videos on Google and then other sources. All right. All right, so now this is what we're gonna look at next. Let's go ahead and go over here to where it says reach. Now, when we look at reach, this video has driven 16,000 impressions, and since it's been published, keep this in mind, since it's been published, it has a 23.9% average click-through rate, which is incredible, right? It's pretty dang on good, which means that 9 times out of 10, when someone sees my video, there's a high chance that they're gonna actually click, and that's typically what you want with your videos, so you can actually drive more views. So now what we're gonna do is I wanna show you something else, because I believe this is important, because once you see that high click-through rate, but then let's also look at the engagement. What happened when they got on the video? Now, when we look at what happened when they got on the video, they only watched 1 minute and 16 seconds of a 6-minute video. Now let's stop. Basically, what I want you to understand about this is you got to understand what is your intent for the video. Yes, I would have wanted them to watch a lot more of the video, but my intent for the video was to actually put this up, rank it on the first page, and then sell a product. Did I accomplish that? Yes. It continued to bring in sales after I actually got that ranking, and still to this day, it actually ranks for how to remove inactive friends on Facebook. So the intent was there and that was accomplished, but then did they watch it all? No, they watched a minute and 16 seconds. So that means one thing is that I accomplished what I needed to within that first minute in order for people to actually take action on it, which still led to me getting a whole bunch of views. So that tells us right off the bat that your click-through rate plays a huge role in the process. So you can see right here, ranking number 1, number 3, number 1, number 1, number 1, number 3, right? So it's ranking very high, which means that it's going to continue to drive views, especially since that click-through rate is extremely high like that. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the thumbnail section. Let me go ahead and pull it up big on the screen, and we're going to walk through these key things that I believe is going to help you create better thumbnails. All right, so let's kind of zoom in on this a little bit so we can kind of see, these key things. So the first thing is anytime you got a thumbnail where you got your face on there, you got to have a emotion that's actually going to get people to respond. So obviously you can see that I'm smiling. So I'm obviously happy about something, and you can see that I'm pointing. So now I'm getting you to actually look at, okay, what is it that he's pointing at? Okay, now before we get into the text and all of this other stuff, let's talk about the color. So I use the color blue. The reason why I use the color blue is because the color blue stands for trust. So I want the viewer to trust that what I'm about to teach them in this video is actually going to work for them. And one thing I would recommend is, when it comes to thumbnails, make sure that you do like research on color theory and then also color psychology, right? Because I understood that the color blue stands for trust, I use that color for this particular instance. And then of course we're talking about Facebook, so I think that it just went in alignment. All right, so now the next thing is the text. So notice I only got 2 words here. You never really want to fool your thumbnail up with a whole bunch of text, right? Because that can get real busy, and a person might just look at that and just be like, it's just too much for my eyes, right? And they might move on to something else. So keep that in mind as you creating your thumbnails. All right, next thing, a relevant picture to what it is that I'm talking about. So my goal for my text is to get you to look at this particular picture down here. So it says simplify this. So then a question comes, simplify what? So then they look down right here and then they can see, remember the title of the video was how to remove inactive friends on Facebook. So they see what it is that they want, which is inactive, and they can see that this pretty much has the friend symbol, and then boom, I remove 1,305 inactive people. So that's exactly what they want in the video. And then I also showed proof of remove this amount, and then I had this active consecutive amount. And then what did I do? I put a Facebook logo in the middle of that. That wasn't there initially. I just put that there so that way it could be a symbol for the people that's looking for whatever it is that they're looking for, which is how to remove inactive friends on Facebook. Not Instagram, not YouTube, or not any of those other platforms, Facebook. And it's so important for you to follow these 4 things. Number 1 is emotion. Number 2 is the color that you use. Number 3 is the text, and the text should pretty much almost force them to look down at the relevant picture, which is number 4. So now that you know what makes a good thumbnail, the next step in the process is to go do it. So I want you to watch this video next because it's going to show you step by step exactly how to do it and the tool I use to create it. See you over there.